Hi, Angus. Was that the 135 just left?
Yep. You're a bit late. Passenger dropped off for you, Matthew.
That's what I've come for.
I asked her to go into the depot, and she told me she preferred to stay outside.
Her? She?
Yeah. Said she wouldn't go inside because there's no scope for the imagination.
But we're not expecting a girl. It's a boy I've come for.
She won't have any trouble explaining. She's got a tongue of her own.
I suppose you're Mr. Matthew Cuthbert. My name is Anne Shirley. Anne spelled with an E. I was so afraid you weren't coming for me, and I was imagining all the things that could have happened to prevent you.
You're sure there isn't some mistake?
Well, you're Mr. Matthew Cuthbert, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, if you're Mr. Matthew Cuthbert, there can be no mistake. Mrs. Spencer told me to wait right here for you. Oh, I can carry it. It isn't heavy. And if it isn't carried a certain way, the handle falls off. So you better let me do it, because I know the exact knack of it. Oh, I must have lost the knack. Well, don't you think we better be going?
I guess it'll be all right.
We've got to drive a long piece yet, haven't we? Oh, I'm glad, because I love driving. Oh, it seems so wonderful that I'm going to live with you and belong to you. Well, as I was saying, I never really belonged to anyone before, just to the asylum. And that was worse than anything you can imagine. Mrs. Spencer said it was wicked of me to talk like that, but I don't mean to be wicked. Am I talking too much?
Oh, you can talk as much as you like. I don't mind.
Oh, I know you and I are going to get along just wonderfully. Oh, I just love this place already. I've always heard that Prince Edward Island was the most beautiful place in the world. I used to imagine that I was living here, but I never really expected that I would. Do you imagine much?
Well, no.
At the asylum, I used to imagine all kinds of things. Why, sometimes I'd imagine that perhaps the girl who sat next to me was really the daughter of a belted earl who had been stolen away from her parents in infancy by a cruel nurse who had died before she could confess. Isn't this beautiful? What did that tree all white and lacy make you think of?
Well, now, I don't know.
Why, a bride, of course. A bride in white, with a lovely, misty veil. Just now, I feel pretty nearly perfectly happy. I can't feel exactly perfectly happy because, well, what color would you call this?
It's red, isn't it?
Yes, it's red. And that's why I can't feel perfectly happy. I know I'm skinny and a wee bit freckled and my eyes are green, but I can imagine I have a beautiful rose leaf complexion and lovely starry violet eyes, but I cannot imagine my red hair away. I do my best, but it's no use. It will be my lifelong sorrow. I read of a girl once in a novel who was divinely beautiful. Have you ever imagined what it must be like to be divinely beautiful?
Well, now, no, I haven't.
Oh, I have often. Which would you rather be, angelically good or dazzlingly clever, or just divinely beautiful?
Well, now, I don't exactly know. Anyhow, we're getting nigh home. That's the house.
Why, it has gables. What do you call it?
Oh, just the house.
What would you think if I gave it a new name? something that would sound more euphonious. Now, let me see. Gables, and they're green. Green Gables.
I think that's nice.
From now on, that's what we'll call it, Green Gables. Oh, it's too beautiful to be true. I know I shall live here until I grow to be a real old lady with gray hair.